Welcome back to the Carolina Beat. I'm Chad Greenhill, and I'm actually back in Juliana Norris Monroe's kitchen. And now that I've given up dairy, soy, and grains, it looks like you're going to take me through some drinks. Am I not going to be able to drink anything either? Like, what's the situation?
I'm not going to make you drink only water
Even though
for the rest of your life. I want to, we talk about, are we going to be able to drink coffee when we're doing this right? Are we going to be able to have a little sweet tea once in a while? What can we put in our coffee? Do we have to have black coffee? So the big thing that we end up missing when I say, okay, let's give up sugar is that sweetness and what we're going to sweeten our stuff with. So big fan of stevia. When I bake, I like to use a powdered stevia. Stevia is a concentrated plant extract, so it needs to be kind of cut or diluted because it is so super concentrated. And if it's not properly concentrated, or if it's cut with, let's say, a polio, like that's a sugar alcohol, like erythritol or xylitol, you might really get a strong aftertaste. So if you're going to add stevia to your drinks, like to your coffee, my suggestion is that you use a liquid stevia, and I'm a big fan of this brand. And when you look at the ingredients, there's basically 3 ingredients: water, the stevia extract, and the natural flavoring. Do you have to drink your coffee black? No, you don't. Big fan of coconut milk, right? We've got an unsweetened organic coconut milk over here. It's gonna make it rich. It's gonna make it almost like a dessert, which is awesome, I think, first thing in the morning. And you can flavor with, they've got like 4 or 5 or 6 different stevia flavors for hot drinks. If you don't want any flavor, but you just want the sweetness, they have unflavored. Okay, easy day. If you don't want a hot drink and you want just something refreshing, something light, it's getting warm out there, water, you can splash organic, you can splash organic lemon juice in there. And the big thing with going organic with the lemon juice is, again, so we're avoiding the preservatives. I know it's hard to believe, but regular lemon juice is going to have some preservatives in there. So a splash of this, a few drops of the unsweetened stevia, and you've got a really fast, easy lemonade. What if I love soda? Well, if you love soda, then you're gonna need some carbonation. Do I recommend that you go carbonation all the time the same way you did before? No, because if you're craving carbonation, it tells us that you've got some mineral deficiency going on. So that's not a good idea, right? We want to make sure that we're addressing the mineral deficiency and we're, indulging just so. So if you're going to indulge just so, a soda water that is not artificially sweetened, that is not artificially flavored. Be very, very careful, because you'll find flavored waters that say they're 0 calories, 0 sugar, all this, and then they're loaded with artificial sweeteners. So one of my favorites is carbonated water with, don't you know, they have root beer flavored stevia.
Oh, so you can actually create a soda with a root beer flavored stevia. I didn't know what that was until you pulled that up.
And carbonated water.
Wow.
And they even actually have cola flavored stevia. And it comes, it's naturally flavored from the cola plant. Who knew? When we're baking and we're using stevia, and we can't use just stevia, I like to reach for organic maple syrup and organic agave. Okay, so remember, sometimes you'll see, well, agave's got a way higher glycemic index than sugar. When you introduce fat and protein and fiber, like we do in the Sat Fat Rocks diet, that's okay, right? Because we reduce that release of sugar into the bloodstream.
Awesome, amazing. So with that information and more, visit julianamonroe.us to grab all of your new favorite drinks.